Dear students, today we are going to discuss a topic that is related to spoken English. Spoken English is very important because everywhere it is required. When you join first day in your college, you are interviewed in English. When you meet your friends, if you are well versed in speaking, you can express your ideas to him in a better way. It helps a lot in getting job after passing out from the college, graduating from the college. So, a speaking a skill is very important for rising in your life. It is inevitable because if you want to work on some international platform, you will be meeting several people who don't know your native language, like Telugu, Kannada, or Hindi. Those people may not be knowing these languages. So the option is to speak in English and to be familiar with each other. So today's we will going to discuss how we can develop our skill in English, in spoken English. See, there are four methods of learning English. First is listening, second is speaking, third is reading, and fourth is writing. Listening and reading are the input which you make efforts in that. You listen to conversations, you listen to videos, you watch TVs. So certain words, certain sentences strike to your ears. And if you have got concentration, if you are an active listener, these sentences, these words become permanent in your mind. And later on, you can use these words and your, you can fulfill your purpose of conversation. While speaking, whatever you know, you know the skills of English, you apply that. What you have ever you have learned from listening, whatever you have learned from this reading, you try to speak out. And even in writing, whatever you have learned through listening, whatever you have learned through this reading, you apply that skill in writing. First, you gather the idea upon which you have to speak, and you start transforming your ideas and give the idea the shape of writing, the shape of words, the shape of sentences. So, any language learning is a matter of practice. The more you practice, the more conversant you become in that language. You are used to that language. So, first, let us discuss about listening. What is listening? Listening is different from hearing. You are in the home, you are in the office, you are on the road on way to your home. You listen to different sounds. That is hearing. You consciously or unconsciously listen it and do not pay attention to it. You are unattentive to these sounds. But listening is a different thing. When you listen, you try to learn a certain words, learn a certain phrases, learn the techniques of the language, learn the grammar of the language, and you try to imitate those things where you practice in speaking. So you have to this cultivate this habit of listening daily, listening to radios, listening to listening and watching podcasts, listening to songs. So if you want to develop your vocabulary and a skill in speaking, you have to simultaneously increase listening. You have to fix certain hours, certain minutes for listening purpose. The language you want to learn. Here we are talking about learning English language. So listen to good speakers, listen to different types of music, songs which are in English. So gradually you will be accustomed to this using the words, phrases which you have listened. So this is very important. Next is also watching. While watching, you also listen to the voice to the speaker. It is more important in the sense that you are not watching, you are not listening only, you are also looking the gesture of the speaker. You also look upon how he stands, how he moves his hands, and for expressing himself, what non-verbal gestures he is adapting. This is very important. So, along with the verbal learning, you are also learning the non-verbal skills of the language. So, listening is very important, and the next comes the reading. When you read a language, it is told that you should read daily at least half an hour because you are acquainted with the sentence structure. You come across different types of vocabulary. So when you read a book, keep a pen and copy with you, a notebook with you, and note down the difficult words. And when you read in dictionary, don't only look for this meaning of the word. You read the sentences. Along with that, you read the different uses of that words. So how it is the word when it is in noun form, how you can use it in a verb form, how you can use it, what types of adjectives you can add with the noun to make it more attractive. So read sincerely and try to comprehend the whole thing in the context. Read the storybooks, read the novels, or any subject book you are reading. Try to pick up the words because even if you are appearing for some science subject, you have to take examinations in that. Apart from the concepts, you have to write something, and that consists of words, sentences, and phrases, idioms, prepositions, sentence connectors, which are used there. So, in this way, you can be learning your language, learning English effectively. So, this learning, this listening, speaking, write, reading, we have discussed. Writing is also very important because it gives you the opportunity of expressing your ideas. Here we don't fear about this communication. Here people are not seeing you. You are not facing the audience here. So it is very important tool for developing the language skill. You are sitting silently in the room, ideas come to your mind, and you transform those ideas into words and sentences and write. So cultivate this habit of writing daily, half an hour, a few pages daily, and these few pages will sometimes may make a book. If you have selected a topic, if you have read on the topic, if we know the topic, and if you maintain the logical sequence of events, it may be it may be come out as a book. So writing is very important from the perspective of learning English language. But the most important thing which is to be kept in mind that listening, reading, writing will not help you a lot when you neglect speaking. So this is very important because this is the fruit you get out of listening, reading, writing. For this fruit you have tried the other three techniques because when you are not able to speak, how you can be successful in your interviews? How will be dealing with the persons which come across in society, in your office, or anywhere? So, a good speaker is always recognized in all fields of life. So, you have to inculcate this habit of speaking. Hesitation is the greatest embarrassment which hinders a person from speaking. We all hesitate. We have because we think that this all our daily purpose is fulfilled by this or mother tongue. But if you have to develop yourself professionally, you have to put some extra effort in learning English language, speaking out English language. So it is very interesting that if you will be speaking, gradually you your fluency will be improving. You will be more becoming more confident in speaking. So your confidence will increase and you will not fear. You will not be fearing the stage. You will not be fearing the audience. So these days it is encouraged. But sometimes it happens that some people have the opinion that I am not getting the people to whom I should speak. So you can practice it in your home. You can practice it in your home, standing before the mirror and speaking is one of the way you can emulate or learning and practicing the conversation. Suppose you are preparing for an interview. So if nobody is going to help you, you try to become interviewee and interviewer both you at the same time. So first of all, speak out the probable questions which an interviewer is likely to ask you. There are ample of examples of interviews which you can the script you can readily have it, go through it, go through the conversation on some topic, likely questions and likely your answers. So and again go and sit in your chair and answer the questions which yourself have given to you. So this technique can definitely help you. What I am telling you that there should not be any this excuse for not speaking. Speaking is only way to enhance your fluency, to pronounce the word correctly, and to exercise your these different organs in your mouth. You you are this you are having this muscle exercise, movement of the lips, movement of the tongue. So once you are not doing it, how would it would come to you? Because nobody is a natural speaker. It is not our English is not our native language. It is gift for those persons who are born in England and America. They are native speakers of English language. So wherever, whatever they have to speak, they speak in English. So it is very easy to them. It is a spontaneous overflow. So that is not case with him. So you have to put a little extra effort in learning this language. And it is not difficult. The most important thing is that apart from practicing this speaking, the most important thing is thinking in English. The greatest problem with the speakers other than the native speakers is that we always think in our own language. No problem. It is with all of us. We are used to it. It is our instinct. But how we can alter it? You can stop translating from your language to the English language. What we are prone to, we first think in our mother tongue and then this we translate it into this English language and then speak. So this gap comes between thinking in your mother tongue and again translating it into your English language. So for removing this gap, you can practice thinking in English. You can take small topics and start thinking. Speak in your mind. You do not utter words and sentences, but you think. Like whenever you go to a park, what are the things you see? You see their greenery there. You see the benches there. You see the gymnastic gym items available there on which people are doing exercise in morning and evening. So don't express those things in the language, in the your own language. Try to emulate those things. Try to say directly without thinking in your language. You think in the English language, and this will help a lot in improving your life. This problem, because you will be habituated of thinking first thinking in English, and very fluently you can be using it in English also. So this is very good idea. It is with the native speakers that they speak with certain sentences with certain contractions. Say they omit certain words, not words but certain alphabets, and it is accepted there. So gradually you learn the basics of language, then intermediate, and then the higher skills. So for those students who are aspirants for this TOEFL or GRE, GRE, or this IELTS, they, even if they don't know the basics of English language, there is no matter of becoming hopeless. By practicing daily from basic to intermediate, you can easily climb, and you can also become an advanced speaker of the language. So what I discussed today, I will be summarizing it so that you become it will be fixed in your mind that from this day how we are going to improve your English conversation. So listening, LSRW, listening, speaking, reading, and writing. These are the four important skills which will help you in making a better speaker from basic to intermediate, and it will also take you to the level of advanced speaker. So, and along with this, what I have told is start thinking in English. Once you do this, your journey to learning language will be very smooth. You have not to try much, because whatever we think, we speak. So fluency will automatically be there. You will be automatically very verbose. You are not translating your idea from your mother tongue to your this English language. So I hope this will benefit you, and you will be benefiting from this a lot. Thank you.